This is not a game, it's a lot more. It's art, it's culture, it's pain, it's regrets, it's life. This is obviously more than a game. It's the world's most popular sport with its own legends and their unique stories, on and off the pitch. Some turn their passion for football into a second chance in life by using it as a tool to learn a lesson from a loss.
My name is Bobby Kasanga, I'm 36 years old, I'm the founder of Hackney Wick Football Club based in East London. I grew up in Peckham, South London, in a notorious Gloucester estate. It was an estate notorious for crime, drug dealing, killings, stabbings. I was raised by my uncle and auntie who were like my mum and dad to me, with my cousins who were like my brothers and sisters. A pretty strict household. We done as you was told, the house was always clean because we made sure we done our chores, but at the same time you wanted to kind of escape and go and see what was going on outside, so we rebelled a lot. My older brother, who's 2 years older than me, who I followed, he got involved with the Peckham boys from a young age, and he started getting involved in criminal activities, dealing drugs, carrying weapons, stealing and so on. And through him doing that, I saw all the popularity he was getting, and that kind of led me astray from my ambitions because I wanted to be a footballer. I was one of the best footballers in the area, but I got caught up doing the wrong things, and then before I knew it, I followed my brother's footsteps and ended up in prison.
I wanted to tell those stories about my travel, my upbringing, my culture, history, and through textiles and illustrations. My name is Fode Dumbuya. I was born in Sierra Leone, grew up in between London and Cyprus. I'm a menswear designer. I'm also creative director and the founder of Labrum London. I grew up in a home where presentation is everything. My parents always like, the way you present yourself will leave a lasting memory in someone's mind. My fascination about presentation, about looking good, derived from my parents.
The journey towards your place in life has always its peaks and valleys. Every human being's journey is a test. Some tests just happen to be a little harder.
Ended up spending 8 years in prison, so from age 20 all the way till 28. Prison wasn't the nicest place. There was lots of violence, there's a lot of things that's going on over there. Like even this cut you see in my eye, I got that from prison. I was able to look after myself. I was quite a big natural lad, but I also bettered myself. I decided to study, so I've done a degree in criminology and social policy. While I was in prison, I saw so many talented footballers, so my hope was, you know what, I was a talented footballer myself one time. Maybe I can create a platform that would deter young people from following in my footsteps and follow their dreams, and that's when the inspiration of Hackney Wick Football Club came about.
Hurry up! Come on!
I've heard of Bobby's work for a while. What Bobby does and what he does for the community is what I stand for, and is what I will always be part of. And meeting him, talking to him, and then hearing his story and understanding about the things that he wanted to achieve among the youth, I just literally went, I have to be part of this and I have to do it because I love everything that man stands for.
Just get him, touch that! Now find him! There you go!
Being recognized for your work is surely a flattering moment, especially when your passion is your work. That recognition put some kids from Hackney onto a world stage.
Netflix got in touch with us. They said they love what we've been doing with Hackney Football Club. They've been following us for a few years, and they wanted us to design a football kit based around the football team. Netflix reached out to a few different designers, and I think they were happy with Labrum, with Fode, and he created these amazing jerseys that we see today.
This whole idea is about the youth of Hackney. It's about what they do, how they bring things to life. I said, we have to get them involved in this. It needs to be about them, not us, because we're already established. But these kids, this will mean everything to them. I do a thing and talk about design by immigrants and how immigrants are the fabric of our society these days. So to be able to get to do something like that and add the tagline to it, says designed by immigrants, was everything that I stood for, and making sure the story that Bobby tells about his journey and how he's there to kind of change the perspective of the youth, that alone was incentivizing me to want him to be part of that project.
Adapting to new circumstances is what defines one's character. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign of experience. It's a sign of greatness.
I had the biggest regret would be not to have followed my dreams to pursuing a professional football career. But at the same time, I don't really call it regret. I just say it's a change of direction, because had I been a professional, rich footballer, would I be doing what I'm doing for the community now? Probably not. I wouldn't meet the people I'm meeting today and changing the lives that we're changing right now. So for me, it's not a big regret, it's more of a change of direction. When I came out of prison 7 years ago, I would have never imagined this. Like, we'll get to the heights we're getting now to have, it's amazing. We've had Nike get involved, we've had different organizations get involved with us, which just shows what we're doing is amazing. But the overall arching goal would be to have our own football stadium, our own ground. The Bar of Hackney has its own team, but now it needs its own stadium. So that would be the biggest dream.
Sports unify a nation. For me, that unification, it spreads around the world.
And it just brings people together. So it doesn't matter if you're white, Chinese, Turkish, black, African, it doesn't matter. Everyone supports the team and everyone unites, and football has the power of that.
Sports play a key part in kind of like bridging the gap between the world, Europe and Africa.
It gives you energy, it gives you passion, it gives you life. When you're talking about football, having a heated debate, talking about tactics, playing football, your friend does the wrong pass, it just evokes such emotions, and you see people from the poorest person to the richest directors all supporting the same team, all have that belief in that team.
Growing up in the ghettos, the only thing kids are missing and need is opportunity. Someone who cares enough to give them a shot and see them for more than they are portrayed to be.
That's what you wanted to see, not the negative media about these kids stabbing each other, but more about the joy that they have playing together.
See, listen, in the game, that's one thing we miss. A midfielder that drives and just have a strike on the edge. Look how many goals we're going to get from that. Everyone trying to think about the pass. It's easier.
They encourage me just by being who they are, knowing that I have to provide for them. It gives me support, it gives me energy, it gives me encouragement, knowing that I have to wake up every day and work for them to make sure they have a better future.
He's still got the ball, boys.
Kids growing up, they can't see a role model or they can't see something that looks like them. It doesn't give them the motivation to wanting to do that because they don't feel like they belong in that space.
I speak to youths on a daily basis. Some youths hear me, others don't. I always tell people, at least I've done my job and told you and warned you about the dangers of criminal activities. Everyone knows I either went to prison, lost their friends, someone got killed, or now they're not doing what they want to do in life and they have to start again. So I'll say it's not worth it. If you want to hear me, hear me. If you don't, it's your own decisions.
You grow up as a kid, sports is always, you do PE at school. When you're outside, you can see that sort of excitement. You find the sports that you like. So we're using that as a tool to kind of help these kids. Sometimes not everybody's great at school. So people have like different skill set where they pay attention to. Their attention span is probably into sports. They'll have passion. And that passion, we want to turn that into like a career-driven thing where in the long run, that becomes something that sustains them and then in turn give them peace and harmony. And that's why sports is imperative.